afternoon, esteemed lecturer in Business English 2. Thank you for the opportunity to present my material, The Impact of Using Gadget on Children. Introduction. Many research have studied that children spend average of their time on different gadgets like telephone, radio, TV, games, Xbox, iPod, and stereo system. Kids use gadgets for various purposes like playing games, watching videos, listening songs, chatting with their friends, browsing different websites. They spend most of their time in this activity and do not pay attention to their posture, screen brightness, and screen distance for their eye, which ultimately affect their vision and health. Staring at electronic screen continuously for a long time causes distress. Kids suffer various problems like eye irritation or have difficulty to focus for a while. If we are facing problems to cope with screens, imagine how our child's eye must be going through. In this era, we cannot keep ourselves or our children away from these devices, so we can try to minimize the impact of these devices on your children. It's really surprising a 2-year-old baby can and know how to use a gadget, similar to how a kid knows to use a feeding bottle. A study has been conducted in USA on kids and results show 1 out of 3 children can use a tablet or phone before they even talk. In 2013, Daily Mail reported that 29% of the toddlers can easily use the gadgets and remaining 70% are mastered by primary school age. Really surprising. According to the USA Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, an average child spends about 8 hours a day watching electronic screen. As they are growing older, the use of gadgets also increases. Too much gadget use can also affect the long-term vision problem. Plus chance of myopia also increase in children when they spend about 8 hours daily on gadgets. When people use electronic screens, they blink less. On an average, a person blinks about 15 times in a minute. Due to the high attention required while using an electronic screen, this rate can drop to less than 5 times in a minute. A lot of research has been done on this type of phenomena. This paper describes the positive and negative impact of gadgets on children. The positive impact of gadget use. First, children have better motor skills. Motor skills are the skills which are linked with muscles of small movements like lips, fingers, words, tongue, and toes. So when toddlers play games on table or any other gadget, their fingers and hand get a workout. This is such a healthy exercise for growing children. Using modern keyboards and keypads or other handheld devices, they have no risk of any injury or any kind of threat are compared to playing outside. As a result, they know better use of their hand and finger and become very efficient in it in short time. Second, improved cognitive skill. Cognitive skills are the ability to process information, reasoning, remembering, and relating objects with other objects. These skills are directly related to memory and language. Nowadays, a technology helps faster and better development of cognitive skill in kids. The game which they used to play before, whether it's a puzzle or scribbling on drawing books, everything now can be done on electronic devices. Like interactive apps, video games, different kind of challenge and educative program available on various kind of devices. Such product would always improve a kid's cognitive skill. The modern gadget help to develop their learning skill faster as they are more interested in gadget than book. 3. Cause of distraction in children. Gadget a copycat's mind. Leave child with a smartphone, tablet, Xbox, or any other handheld device he can spend hours of even weeks with it. So, you don't have to worry about the child because there is no risk of getting injured or harmed by this gadget. Also, don't worry about any other major mess like painting a wall, disturbing others. Technology has changed all that. Simply a smartphone can keep a child busy for hours, whether he is playing games or watching video edge. 4. More fun for kids. Gadgets are fun for kids while they use them. They enjoy playing games on them whether it's a puzzle or race, or Candy Crush, or a simple first-person shooter game. Children have fun and they understand simple aspects of cause and effect, action and reaction. Electronic devices have much more advanced learning options for children in a fun way than books or older methods. 5. Educating young ones. Technology has been proven to be very helpful in educating students. Children can access the educational website and get detailed information about required topic. Technology makes things better as have access to pile of material and can be very useful in research and understanding this better. Visual presentation, educational video, interactive programs, learning tutorial and variety of book available all the time on internet has revolutionized education in better way. Kids learn state-of-the-art tools and methods by their own. Educational games help children to perform well in their studies, as they can have many online quizzes available, online tutorials, and brainstorming riddles. 6. Competition skill. Children love to play video games. When playing such games with other people around the world and their relatives, friends, they get the feeling of competition that enhances their skill of competition and enables them to manage themselves in competing environment. Negative effect of gadget use. First, speech or language delay. In order to understand the speech or language delay in children, first we understand the difference between the speech and language. Speech refers to verbal form of communication used by humans, and language refers to the whole system of communication spoken or written. And non-verb. A child with a language delay may pronounce words well but only be able to put two words together. A child with a speech delay may use words and phrases to express ideas but they difficult to understand. Speech delay, also known as alalia, these two problems often overlaps. Many researchers have studied this and also concluded many theories about it. By using screen tools, researchers studied that the more time children spend on smartphones, tablets and electronic games and other handheld devices, the more likely the child have delays in expressive speech. Children will learn to talk and communicate through interaction with others. This is the way how they will learn to communicate well. If they are not communicating, they are not learning. Every 1 minute that your child is spending on the screen is 1 minute fewer that he could speak or learn with others. Screen time is the time your child is spending on screen, whether it's TV or any other gadget. Screen time takes away the time of child which he can spend by talking and communicating with other people. This can be well understood by an example if you are traveling in a car with your children. Your children have a screen in front of him as he is watching his favorite TV show or playing any games. So you will not interrupt him by talking or asking something. On the other side, if they don't have any gadget in front of him, he will probably be talking and communicating with you. Using a screen tools, research for that the more handled screen time a child parents report, the more likely the child was to have delays in impressive speech. Concluding that for each 13-minute increase in screen time, a child was 49% more likely to be at risk of a perceived speech delay. The study found that the more time children between the age of 6 months and 2 years spend using handheld screens such as smartphones, tablets, and electronic games, the more likely they were to experience speech delay. Second, attention deficit. Hyperactivity disorder is a mental disorder. It refers to problems like paying attention, excess activity, or has difficulty controlling behavior which is not appropriate. This can occur in children and cause them to be fidgety, unable to focus, restless, and easily distracted. This change in behavior can cause problems at school or at home as well. Third, learning problems. Children learn a lot of things before the age of 5. Even toddlers' learning perspective is much faster than children. If they are using gadgets, their time to communicate with their parents and learning is bounded. They need proper time talking with their parents so they can learn new words and how to communicate. They need their parents, not gadgets. Also, exports of these gadgets are linked to cognitive delays and impaired learning. Researchers at the University of Washington revealed that modern gadgets are not necessary in child development. 4. Anxiety. Anxiety is a fear about future events and reaction to current events. These kinds of feeling may lead to various physical symptoms, like shakiness and fast heart rate. This phase is usually harmless and temporary, but children who are suffering from anxiety experience nervousness, shyness, and fear. They try to avoid people, place, and activity. Child shows aggression or appears tense when they can get online, and this feeling magically goes when their RFIs are given back. This behavior can be easily noticed. Dr. Graham says, child gets upset or shows anger when by small things, and when they get online they become calmer. He said parents should note the signs of agitation, anxiety, and irritation in children. Dr. Watts added, it's pretty normal if a child gets upset not being able to online with one's friends. But if a child continuously shows anger or depression not being online, then it's time to start a conversation. 5. Childhood depression. Childhood depression is very common and serves medical illness that negatively affect child behavior, the way they think and age. Too much gadget use introduces depression in children or certain ages. It also leads mental health issues in children in childhood and adolescence. They might age depressed, or we can see words of these symptoms in a couple of days. The last, negative impact on character. This is one of the biggest problems in this growing world of technology. Children use internet to use adult content rather to search for educational websites. This practice leads bad impact on their character. They forgot their moral values. They are the future of the country. They become mentally advanced beyond their age. Discussion: Protecting children from the adverse impact of electronic screens. Here are some tips parents can follow when their child is using gadgets. So, parents can keep track of the amount of time kids are spending on using gadgets. First, set them for using screen. Restrict the amount of time children spend on gadgets and don't allow them to use after their time is finished. Also limit the time of watching TV. Small children can use gadgets an hour a day and 2 hours a day for school-going children. Second, make them play outside. Encourage your children to play outside with their friends and siblings, so they learn to interact and communicate with other children. It's far better to play with pets like cats, dogs, and other kids rather than watching any animated movie. It also helps in exercising long-distance vision and lessens the chance of myopia. Third, gadgets as babysitter. It's not a good idea to keep your child busy with gadgets so can do whatever you want to do in peace. Instead, keep them occupied with other creative toys, storybook, puzzle, coloring book. The last, ensure adequate sleep of your child. Children must have enough sleep for about 10 hours a day. Good sleep also helps recover from age strain and for efficient working of brain. Good sleep is also necessary for good health. Conclusion: everything is good if you use it in a positive way or bad if you use it in a negative way. Some suggestions have been given above to help parents about limiting their child's exposure to gadgets. This is difficult to keep them away from gadgets, but we can limit their time. Encouraging child to use it in educational field or study purpose can lead to drastic change in their life. It can help them to enhance their skill. Use of gadgets in constructive way can lead to healthier and efficient minds. A lot of research can be conducted on how gadgets affect children in other ways. Thanks for watching my video.